Okay, welcome back everyone to Times TV, and I'm your host. You'll see Uchenna Owe, and today we're talking about a lot of things that's going around in the country. And as you all know, kidnapping is not a new deal. A lot of people are being kidnapped, and it's not the new norm in Nigeria right now. And it seems like one thing with our country is that we adapt to anything. Okay, when things just happening, we started at just somehow our body start adjusting to that form. For example, when the cashless policy stuff were up, people were like, how can we be trading naira for naira? How can we buy naira with naira? The whole thing, everybody was just there and talking about it, and all of a sudden we are fine. In as much as we know there is a problem, but our body we just adjust. We just started adjusting and we're comfortable. And even when it was off. Now the kidnapping thing is here again, and even in the FCT, don't forget that within this month of January, right, that a particular village in Plateau State was totally destroyed. Like there were killings where people were even burned down to ashes and all that. And all of these things are happening. And in Nigeria, here in Abuja, to be precise, in Buhari area council, a father and his kids were kidnapped. And after a while of saying they should bring money, I think over 60 million or so, they couldn't afford the money, all right? And they released the father, telling the father to go and look for the money. And when the man went out to look for the money, of course, 60 million in this kind of, from where they are staying, and the man was running around to look for the money, and they have to kill one of the daughters, Nadia, and they brought they killed the daughter, throwing the daughter around the road as a warning to the father, like, okay, if you're not bringing this money on time, I might do this to your remaining children. Now, this is what is happening in Nigeria, even in Abuja, in all over the country, basically. Now, the one that is striking is that two monarchs in Ekiti State were killed. And as funny as it may sound, these monarchs were part of the people that advocated for us to vote our current president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They were one of the people, the voices that were shouting in Ekiti that we should vote him. He's an old man with experience. He can do those stuff. And now they were killed. And a lawmaker was recently presenting this video. That's the video you saw, the man that was crying earlier in the beginning of this video. Now, he was presenting this case, saying it in the parliament, and he started crying. His name is Akim Rutumi. He was talking about this to the Speaker of the House, and he was crying. Now, you have to see how devastating it is right now. That you cannot wake up from your house and go out in peace. You cannot actually wake up and you feel like, I want to go out and do stuff. You cannot wake up and you are guaranteed that my father, my uncle, my auntie, my siblings are going out, or I myself am going out, and there is a guarantee of them coming back. Insecurity is now the new norms in Nigeria. And when people talk, people will be like, it's just 8 months. You cannot be judging the administration by 8 months. Listen, we are talking about people's life here. We're talking about the lives of their family. Just on Sunday, a girl was going to a party, and on the way to the party, she was kidnapped. They actually have to call the host, the host of the party, and like, okay, the kidnappers are called the host, and like, okay, this is what you have to bring 30 million. Here in this Abuja. Now, all of these things are happening, okay, from the east to the west to the north. Insecurity is now the new norm. And as funny as it sounds, the guys now, because of joblessness and poverty, people are now taking it to be the new update, People are taking it to be the new update that I could just basically kidnap somebody, call out, and money will come out. Because of course, it's people's life we are talking about here. So insecurity is now the new norm. We are calling in our government, federal, state, even local, whatever they have to do, whatever we have to do as a nation to tackle this insecurity. I think it's a high time we do it now before one day we wake up and there is no more nation. There is no more a country that we could trust. You can imagine how painful it is. I'm going to leave a video at the end of this clips. How you will see a woman that was in Ekiti, the monarch's house, in the palace of one of the monarchs that died. A woman was literally broken. She was, oh dear, she was talking with pain. You could literally feel the pain from her voice. She's talking from the perspective of, oh, this is a monarch, this is our ruler in this community that was just killed. When you don't understand what it means, all right? If If the government can kill the ruler, the head of the community, just talk about the people in the community. No, that's what you have to start thinking right now. If the government can have access to kill a monarch, not one, but two in one day, all right, you now have to now think to yourself, what about the normal people in the community? What about the normal people who do not have the whole advantage of royalty, advantage of leadership? People who are just there. You know, it might sound like numbers, as we popular say around Nigeria, how that death is only a number. We hear that 20 people were killed in this place, only a number, until it comes to your own place, or until it affects somebody that you know, or until it affects your brother. Listen, in Times TV, we are not trying to pull some blame out, but we are trying to say our government should take the full responsibility of making this thing work, of making security. There are few things that a nation should not be lacking, and one of them is security. It's paramount. It's very, very paramount to the social and to the belief of everybody too. How do people walk freely? How do you expect them to live freely when they are not? There is no security at all. You see, whether we believe it or not, alright, the way this country is going right now is crumbling. It's totally crumbling. It's going down to the drain, and it's happening so fast. And nobody's saying anything about it. We're just all fine, all good. Let's just keep living. And trust me, Nigerians, after a while, everybody will adapt to the fact, okay, there is kidnapping. You just have to be careful. You know, they will start telling you things to look out when you want to enter a car to make sure it's not a kidnapping. You know, it's funny, but that is it. You know, we have to bring security measures to guide ourselves, all of those stuff. But it now have to be, people now start giving you preventive measures. Okay, well, you want to get bought a car along the road. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't try to be like this. Try to behave like this. As important, as good as these things are, it does not cure the fact that victims, people will keep becoming victims every single day. Because, of course, people will all see, there's new update on how to do these things, and these guys keep getting it every single time. We just have to try, and every single thing we have to do from our government to make sure that this thing is tackled. It might sound like, of course, it's a news. It's just, okay, 2 months, like, yeah, people died in Abuja or Plateau. Because it have not happened to you. Trust me, if it happened to you, you will understand the pain. You will come to the point where you have to say, I have to do everything to make sure that this thing, okay, just imagine people who are struggling to make 3 square meals a day. You kidnap them and tell them to bring 30 million. For goodness sake, where are they getting it from? What magic should they do? People go to the estate, to people's house, and they are, listen, I think the police came out to give a broadcast around Abuja some time ago, and they were like saying that when somebody's going into your house, you have to be careful. And when I watched that broadcast, I was like, okay, that's okay. That's good. We're fine. And it sounds like that's the only alternative, that when people are coming to your house, you have to be careful. In an estate, when people are coming in, I know there have to be preventive measures and all that. A lot of things are happening in this country. What when you are driving out? A lot of things are happening. And recently, the police said they have arrested one of the leaders of the kidnappers in Abuja. And that's what we heard. That is the only thing we have heard. And we don't know what next thing that's going to be happening. So we're calling on our government, whatever we have to do at this point to tackle this issue of insecurity, we have to start doing it now. Or one day we'll wake up and there is no more country. I think comedian AY was saying the rate of people trying to escape the country. The country is now like a prison where people are trying to escape. People are trying to run away from the country. It's not just about, it's no longer safe. There is, the means of livelihood is hard. A lot of things. We just have to do a lot to make sure that security is guaranteed in this nation right now. And please, if you are new to this channel, subscribe, like, share this video so that it goes to the right authorities. So that one day it will not happen to you. That's the point. So that it will not happen to your family members. And then you will say, God forbid. Of course, those people that happen to, they also pray. So don't think they are they pray before leaving their house, okay? So don't think They pray. They are prayerful people too. Whatever religion they belong to, they pray, and it still happen. So please share this video. So if we get to the right authorities, and of course, I'll leave the two videos of one of the members of the House of Reps speaking, and when he break down to tears, and the video of the woman that was brutally and emotional, and she was crying. Watch the video.
The House recognizes that the entire people of Imojo in Oye local government and Esu in Ikole local government and the entire state have been thrown into mourning on account of the loss of our highly revered traditional rulers who were forces for community development, peace and stability in the constituency and the entire state.
Very emotional from the spokesperson of the House, and I rise to second that motion. I so second.
Those in support of Honorable Wavy.